Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to another episode of Funday Sunday, and we have a clan battles video for you. Sorry about that. It's been some time. This is actually going to be kind of a hectic week for me. Just to let everyone know, even though I know my videos have been a little bit scarcer than usual, this week we'll have videos out every day until Saturday. After Saturday, I am actually going to be moving out of my apartment, and I won't have access to my desktop like set up to record and everything until much later, which is the time after I moved to Japan. So things are going to be a little bit scarcer. I will still be kind of around, and I will obviously reply to any comments or anything like that, but videos are going to be very much a rare commodity. Also, we'll have a surprise for everyone of a, I guess, special video. A face cameo is what I'm kind of thinking. I was going to do at least a face reveal, and I'm thinking about vlogging, so I'll talk about it more in that video. But anyway, let's actually talk about this battle. So this is a clan battle, as you're probably aware of. I am currently in the tier 10 French destroyer, the Kleber, and I will have to say, there's a few things I'm just getting kind of frustrated with clan battles. Is one, Klebers are strong. They're really strong, especially when you face off against an enemy team that runs 4 or 5 Klebers, and it's difficult. Like it is a ship that is difficult to deal with because they have speed, they have the health, they have the gun power to actually really deal damage against cruisers and other destroyers. So yeah, I'm kind of having issue with it, but there is a few things I like about this new clan season, and that is in fact due to the storm that can happen from time to time. So it's been actually kind of an interesting idea. I really do like it. Because it does allow you to create new tactics, because it does limit down the visual range to 12 kilometers. So it does mean that you can make different plays with that ability. So, as you can see, we are currently being aggressive. We're pushing around this kind of mountain island. There is the fact that there's triple clay bears on the enemy team versus our 2 clay bears. And that's the thing, is normally when you take out extra DDs, you're trading up being able to out detect and spot versus having more guns and more firepower for the most part. Obviously, Kleber does kind of the mixture of the two. You have the ability to scout, to react quickly, and also obviously being able to really kind of punch up when dealing with cruisers. So at the moment, the enemy team do have B and C, and once again, caps are very important. We do spot the enemy Zhao kind of loitering around, and this Zhao is gonna do his level best. He obviously is aware that there is in fact a Kleber. He's being spotted. Zhao's a very stealthy ship. Now, one thing about Klebers is you have to be careful on how fast you're going, because they're fast, and a mere 100 meters can disappear very quickly, especially if that Zhao just randomly decides to turn in. I do believe I make a misjudged call and you'll see it, it will become quite obvious. That's for sure. So I'm not really going to talk about tactics. This is just kind of more amusing because at the end of this battle is where it gets good. It gets a little intense. So that's kind of why I decided to show this off. Because right now it's very stagnant, and that's kind of how clan battles are. Right here. Once again, not really paying attention, realized he's actually reversing and got spotted. So that was smart. He is obviously within my 200-kilometer range. Going to try to do a little reverse. Took a huge chunk there. Once again, that was kind of my mistake. Zhao obviously starts to pull away, allowing me to get that additional distance to no longer be detected. Nice thing about having the Stalingrads is the fact that they actually can penetrate through that armor relatively quickly. So it's really beneficial. But there's not much I can do against this Zhao. The Zhao, for the most part, is just gonna kind of loiter around here. Now, things aren't looking particularly great for us at the moment. We are going to lose this in about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We haven't lost a ship, which is nice, which is really beneficial, but it's very stagnant. We have a Kremlin being hyper aggressive on the east side, pushing up through C, and a enemy Kleber rushing towards A. That's the thing about Klebers, is that they're fast and they can just react. So obviously it might be a good idea to actually push up towards A and possibly deal with that Kleber. Unfortunately, don't know the exact health on that Kleber, but because we will find out. At least we know where all the Klebers are at the moment. Now, Stalingrad is in a very hunkered down position. Is not really in a spot where it could do a lot of potential damage against Term. Right there, Term is actually pushing south. Now, obviously, Russian cruisers are so annoying to deal with when you're a destroyer because they have such an exceptionally long range. Fortunately, they aren't very long duration, which is super nice, but unfortunately for us at this moment, we've just lost Yugamo in our own Kleber, so we are currently down a ship, and we've just lost Gib in the Des Moines. So that means 2, and now we are nearly 400 points down. And this is where things are definitely looking pretty grim for us. Now, being down 2 ships isn't the worst thing in the world. You can always pull that back. But it also comes down to the fact that there is that near 400 point deficit that we definitely need to do something. We need to react. We need to be able to try to pull this back. Now, I am going to actually do something Klebers are really freaking good at, and that is rushing down ships. Obviously, I am concerned about potentially of a Kleber pushing back towards A, because I was detected because the Stalingrad did radar. Kremlin finally goes down. There is the enemy Stalingrad. He is currently focused on Term, and this is what the Klebers are good at. Just being able to rush towards a cruiser, especially against Russian cruisers. They're just extremely susceptible to it because they have no real defensive measures besides their guns. So it's a good tactic. It really is. And that has actually brought us back within more about a decent amount, around 300 points. Going to allow Term to actually capture B, and instead I'm going to motor my way towards A, because, once again, stay with me, Klebers are freaking fast. So, definitely going to use that ability to try to recapture caps, because obviously being down 3 caps is not good. Will mean that you will be losing very quickly. So yeah, getting back at least another cap is going to be really beneficial, because this is really coming down to the wire. Enemy team has 880 points, and they are about to win in about 48 seconds. So honestly, all the enemy team really has to do is just survive. Don't allow us to take caps, and they will be good. or at least kill a few ships. But now they're all kind of pulled away. Definitely pulled away from A and B. They lost their stronghold. They're currently stuck on the eastern front, which is not particularly good for them, because they are about to lose 2 of their caps. And I believe in just a moment they are going to also start losing some ships. But currently Darth there in the Kremlin is pushing into C, which is good for us because it's going to halt any further progression on points. But obviously at 962 they are very close to winning this. And now that the A cap is currently captured, I can actually start pushing towards C and try to assist there, because as you can see, Claybears are reacting and they're doing what Claybears do best, and that is rushing down ships such as a Kremlin. Fortunately for us, that Claybear is fairly low on health, so a good hit from a Kremlin should do it, but more than likely we are going to lose Darth. There you go, Zhao has actually died. That has assisted us dramatically, but unfortunately we also lost Herm. And though Darth does get the kill on the enemy Claybear, Claybear does what it's best at and is just dropping torps like a madman. And unfortunately for us, we have lost Darth in the Kremlin, but that has actually saved us, because that has stalled their capture points, allowing me to actually push in towards C. Now, fortunately for us, we've just lost Boo as well, and now it's a 2v3. Unfortunately for us, Ink in the Stalingrad just to the south of us, southwest of us, is actually fairly healthy. The enemy Stalingrad has pulled away. Both of the Claybears are decently low in health, about a quarter health. I believe they're about 8,000 to 10,000 points apiece. And now we do kind of a waiting game, because somehow we managed to pull this back. Enemy team is at 983 points. Once this is fully captured, they wouldn't be able to really do a whole lot. What they could do, because they actually have a decent amount of time, they have 3 minutes and 17 seconds. They have Claybears. What I think they should have done was send one Claybear back towards A and one Claybear towards C, or send the Stalingrad, because they have to do something now. Because we are starting to get points back, and we are currently playing the waiting game. I'm actually currently safe. This position's actually really safe from the enemy Stalingrad. He can possibly radar me, but he's also not going to be really able to shoot unless he's shooting from that direction. But we'd be able to at least detect the Stalingrad relatively easy. So right now we're just playing a waiting game. This is a good comeback. Like I said, it is a good comeback, but just waiting for that points to tick up, waiting for the enemy team to decide their move. You really want to always try to be in a position of power, wanting to predict and react to what the enemy team is doing, and making sure that they feel the pressure of needing to do something. Enemy Claybear is just rushing down. Unfortunately, I think he's actually safe from Ink there. Did pop my own reload, and just, I mean, I have the health advantage. There's not much the enemy Claybear can really do, because he's gonna lose a huge chunk of health. Enemy Claybear rushing down as well. That's actually not a bad idea, but once again, I really think they should have split the Claybears off, had one push towards A, because they don't need a lot of time on getting the last bit to win this. They only need, what, 10, maybe 30 seconds, give or take? And it's going to take a while, Stalingrad, to get back from the south, or from the middle towards A. Claybear's reversing. Once again, having that Stalingrad radar, really super nice. Very long range. Being able to react. Trying to keep an eye on that Claybear just in case he tries to poke out. He's so extraordinarily low on health, including this one. And then, for whatever reason, RNG just does not like me. As you will see, my salvos landing on this Claybear, doing 330. And even though all I need is a good damage roll, yeah, just not having it once again. And geez, 2 penetrations, no damage. Expecting at least Ink to be able to finish off that Claybear. Turn my guns back around, and that is essentially gonna be game for us. The enemy team took way too long to react. They just lost their only other Claybear, and they're pretty much stuck. There's nothing they can do. There's the radar. Once again, Stalingrad can't actually hurt because he is currently behind an island. He can't shoot me. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just keep an eye out on the videos. Hope you guys have a great and fantastic day. Zai Jen.